I know I've pointed out this detail before, but I need to point it out again. Look how beautiful that water is. I love this game so much. Hey, everybody, here to you, and welcome back to Splatoon 2 Octo Expansion. And today is a very special day because this is episode 64, just like Nintendo 64. Ah, it makes me so happy. Alright, so, fun story. Whenever I'm planning out big projects like this, I always try to figure out a way that I can have a Let's Play end on episode 64. The only instance that's ever happened was Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword, but that's a little bit debatable because with that Let's Play, so there was an episode that was split into two, like a part 1 and a part 2 and things like that. But Skyward Sword is the closest I've ever gotten to a Let's Play ending on episode 64. This Let's Play came very close to that too, and then they went ahead and announced Octo Expansion and then Clan Blitz, which kind of threw off all my plans and had to redo everything. So, yeah, that's how this Let's Play ended up becoming episode 64 to episode 100. So, if it weren't for Octo Expansion, we'd be done by now. But enough about that, because we're now moving on to an extra delicious boss fight, the Octo Oven XXL. So, during the field recording for this video, does it really count as a failed recording if it was successful once, but then my dumb brain decided to delete it? Okay, so on the failed recording for this video, I remember for the XXL thing, I was trying to figure out what that was in Roman numerals, but it's not anything in Roman numerals, it's a size thing, like extra large and things like that. So, something I gotta say about this real quick is that QE chair. If you don't stop this thing soon, the floor is gonna be a gooey mess. Oh no! I'm gonna be working as a custodial soon. That's my worst nightmare ever. Alright then. So, yeah, now let's move up here. Now, my strategy for this is to head up here, try to take out those bad guys as quickly as possible, but looks like we didn't need to anyway because we already defeated them. I usually try to do a cycle of just wiping out the enemies, so it's not going to be much of a hassle to get up there. Same thing for the sprinklers. It's more so apparent for this one, for this phase, more so than phase 2. Alright, so as we go across this area, I gotta say, this is probably the most difficult boss fight in my personal opinion. Across the main campaigns of Octo Canon and Octo Expansion. So we've seen some pretty difficult boss fights before. Like I will say, out of the story bosses for the main game, it's probably going to be either the final boss or the, oh my god, I can't remember his name. But, like the face guy, I remember having trouble with him on my first playthrough. But, yeah, this is probably the boss fight I always have the most difficult with. Of course, that's not always going to be the case, and people who've already played this game should probably already know what I'm talking about. No, destroy that. I had my ink armor up! No! Armor? How could you fail me like that? Yeah, on this phase of the boss fight, it's definitely advised to use curling bombs to navigate this area quickly, so that you can escape the showering ink of death. Also, these ink columns are also rude, so you want to avoid those as well. This boss fight definitely gets very chaotic with all the snipers and sprinklers and all those evil jerks trying to destroy your beautiful and adorable face. Okay. Get up the thing, get up the thing. There we go. Okay, avoid the snipers. Sniper no sniping. Destroy that. Come on. Chameleon. You gotta go. When I'm falling, I fell off the stupid toaster. And I'm gonna die. Okay, actually, I want to do something funny. So, in my acting class, I'm talking about that. Okay, I've mentioned my acting class more so than my programming classes, and I'm a programming major, and I've only ever taken 2 acting classes, and I'm pretty sure that's the most I'm ever going to take. So, what is with me in the acting class? Okay, so yeah, in the acting class, we have two final projects. One is a 10-minute play, and another is a monologue thing. So for my monologue, I'm doing the song that the Pirate King sings during the Pirates of Pan something. I don't remember the name off the top of my head, but I captioned it on screen. But I'm doing the pirate movie version of that song. So I am by no means a professional singer, and I usually like singing badly on purpose because it's just more fun to me. But what the heck was that? Can we destroy these things? I saw something jump up. I don't know what it was, but anyway. So I usually like singing badly, but for this play, I was actually trying to sing. And it seemed like the people who heard my performance liked my performance, even if I did mess up a couple times because I'm not a very good singer. But the thing is, after I did my performance, this was like a rehearsal day just to do like a sound check to make sure we were able to do it properly. So after I sing my version, after I sing my song, this lady comes on and starts singing another song from a play. I don't remember the name of it, but like, I'm so glad that I went first because I know that I would never be able to stop her performance because, oh my goodness, she sounded literally like an actual Broadway singer. Why can't I get up here in time to destroy that stupid tentacle? Oh my goodness gracious, with applesauce! Would you stop being a little jerk so that I can destroy you? I mean, I know this is episode 64, and as much as I'd love to make this go on forever, I kind of have other things to do today. Alright, so let's wait for you to finish up. Come on. Okay, you're doing that attack now, so let's head over this way. Owie! That was my face! Doctor said not to get toast in it. But yeah, I'm really glad that I did my song before that lady did because, like I said, there was no way that I could possibly ever outdo that performance. So now we're taking care of all that, that's going to be it for this episode's portion of Octo Expansion. So now let's move on to the imaginary land of alternate save file for the last time. Hello, and welcome to the imaginary land of alternate save file. And as I said a moment ago, this is going to be the last time we'll ever see this place during Splatoon 2 Octo Expansion. So, the reason for that, it's probably not going to be hard to guess if you're looking at the screen right now, because we are now speeding up the footage for the rest of the online multiplayer matches. Now, the reason why I'm doing this is because we've already talked about every single weapon in the game now, and I honestly don't have much else to say about the online multiplayer modes outside of topics that I'll be saving for a little bit later in the Let's Play. So, for right now, this is just going to be a montage of the rest of the online multiplayer modes in the game, as well as talking about some miscellaneous topics that don't necessarily fit in anywhere else throughout the Let's Play. So, the first thing I want to say is a huge shout out. Thank you to the James Earls for helping me out throughout this Let's Play. This has been a really huge collaborative effort between the two of us, not just for these videos, but for other stuff throughout Splatoon 2, which we'll be seeing a little bit later in the Let's Play. He was the first person to know about this Let's Play when I was first planning it out, practically when the game was first released. So, huge thank you to the James Earls for helping me record all this footage. I know it took a lot of time and energy to do all this. I think there was a moment during The Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past co-op where we were talking about a story of how it took an hour to record some footage for this online multiplayer session, and that was before we recorded footage for Zelda. So, yeah, huge thank you for helping me out throughout this Let's Play. And also, huge thank you for keeping this Let's Play a secret for 2 years. Alright, so there's another topic that I like to talk about, and this also requires another shout out, so this may seem a little bit random for those who've never heard of this person before. So, a huge shout out to another YouTuber whose username is Gaming with Pie. So, this person, bit of a fun fact, we actually go to the same college together, and she's been helping me out with some non-Let's Play related projects over the past couple months or so. We're not going to be talking about that in this video, but I just want to give a quick shout out and kind of introduce this person. There'll be a link to your channel in the description below. But the big thing I want to talk about in particular is this piece of artwork that Gaming with Pi has done. And this is giving me an idea for something that I really hope they do with Splatoon 3. So, the artwork this person did shows what Inklings and Octolings would look like if they had disabilities. So we can see things like a wheelchair with a splat roller attached to it, or those walking canes with splat dualies on them. This is amazing artwork, and it's very creative, and I really hope that something like this happens in Splatoon 3, because this is honestly so brilliant and creative. It is really cool. My personal favorite one is the one with the splat roller attached to a wheelchair, because that's just beyond amazing. So yeah, quick shout out to Gaming with Pi for allowing me to share this artwork, because this is absolutely incredible. Incredible. Splatoon puns. But anyway, now let's move on to the next topic. So, I briefly touched upon this earlier in the Let's Play, but another thing that I want to talk about is the characters' ages. So, this is something that I've been wanting to talk about for a little while, because it's widely known across the Splatoon fan base that the Inklings and Octolings, the developers have said that they gain the ability to change between a kid and a squid when they become 14 years old. So a lot of people kind of theorize that the characters we're playing as are indeed 14, and that's very well possible. I've already expressed my personal opinion that, personally, because we're making these characters, I think that we can kind of figure out for ourselves how old the characters are. Like, my personal mindset is that my playable Octoling is about my age or something like that. But that is just speculation. I want to talk about the ages that have been confirmed. So, Marina, she's 18 years old, and Pearl, I believe, is 21. I think Kylie and Marie were 19 during the events of the first game, and this is 2 years later, so now they're 21 as well. I think that's the case. I might be wrong about that. And Captain Cuttlefish, he's 128 during the events of the first game. He's 130 right now. And it might seem random, but the funny thing about the number 128 is if you divide that by 2, you get 64. Just like Nintendo 64. I don't know if this was intentional or not, but if it was, that's amazing. So the big reason why I want to talk about this is because this leads to a bit of a theory that I have. So, like I said a moment ago, Marina's confirmed to be 18 years old, which means she's old enough to be a waifu. So, the reason why I'm bringing this up is because during the events of Octo Canyon, we found a second scroll that shows Marina in Octoling armor during the events of the first game. And because it's 2 years later, that means that she would have been 16 at that time. This means that the Octolings would have had to have been at least 16 years old to be part of DJ Octavio's army. We know that Agent 8 was also part of the Octoling army as well, which means that she would have been 16 during the events of the first game as well. And, again, this is 2 years later, so my personal theory is that Agent 8 is 18. She's about Marina's age or something like that. Now, of course, it's just my personal speculation. You may have your own theory about how old the character avatars are. And if you have, then feel free to share your opinions in the comments below. But Agent 4 is where things get a little complicated. Agent 3, I believe, was 14 during the events of the first game. I believe that was outright confirmed by the developers. There's this line of dialogue that Marie says where she kind of compares Agent 4 and 3, but says that Agent 4 has better hygiene and is 2 years older. So, does that mean that Agent 4 is currently 16 or something like that? That's somewhere things get a little bit complicated. I think that does mean that Agent 4 is 16 years old, but I might be wrong about that because I've been looking more into the information about the other characters than I have for Agent 4. So that's pretty much everything I want to talk about in terms of the character ages, but now I'd like to talk about what's going to happen during the rest of the Let's Play. So, as I said a moment ago, this is going to be the last of the online multiplayer sessions we're going to have during Octo Expansion, which means that the rest of the Let's Play is going to be uploaded without online multiplayer footage, at least until we complete Octo Expansion. So because of this, And because the rest of the Let's Play has already been fully recorded, this means the Octo expansion will hopefully be able to be uploaded more often than we have in the past. So hopefully that will happen. And I'm not entirely sure if that can though, because every time, it seems like every single time that I try to say, oh, we're gonna have a better upload schedule, we're gonna be uploading more often, it never happens. So I don't want to confirm anything, but I do want to say that hopefully this means we can upload Octo Expansion at a bit of a more regular and frequent schedule than what we had in the past. So that's going to be it for this episode of Splatoon 2 Octo Expansion. So thank you all so much for watching this episode, and until next time, Lady Gear to you. Oh yeah. I'll be back. You've got your caps lock key on again, old man. I'll be back. Alright. DJ Hyperfresh has joined the chat room. What's going on, bro? Just trying to teach an old squid dude trick, so Cap here was typing in all caps again. That makes sense. You got a knack for teaching, music note. What do you mean? How do I make music notes? Just click on the smiley face to bring up the emoji panel. It's in there somewhere. Remember when you first met Pearl? I had just come onto the surface and I didn't understand Inkopolis at all. You taught me everything I need to know. Lol, yeah. I remember thinking you were some country bumpkin when we first met on Mount Nentai. Music note. I went to Mount Nentai every day for a week, just hoping you would show up again. Yes. I thought you were a stalker. I remember you seeing when I showed up there out of nowhere and you were like, let's start a band! I just had a feeling about you. I guess it worked out, because look at us now. I mean, that first song you showed me was fire, so I had to say yes. Actually, I think I still have that file on my desktop. One sec. Boom. Yes, I haven't heard this in forever. This is a demo version of Ebb and Flow. How do I make question marks? Still here? The question mark should be in the bottom right of your keyboard. Knock yourself out. Oh, Marina, I just remembered you made that entire demo using that half-busted keyboard you had, but somehow the hook was still dope. Couldn't have done it without you. And that ridiculous recording studio you have in your house. Those old school Tramps machines were legit. Question mark. We're saying we could tell the track was bumping. Try to keep up, Cap. I think maybe he's just... Actually, never mind. Sorry about him. I was shocked the first time I heard you rap. I thought for sure you were gonna be whack to BH. But once he started spitting, I was like, dang, this one's got bars. Shut up. Never underestimate the Pearl, aka MC Reverse Psychology, aka MC Danger Noodle. Question mark, question mark, question mark, backslash, backslash, question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark, backslash, 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 question mark, backslash. See the DJ, I'm the rapper, is what I'm saying. Cap, why don't you care about this? Anyway, I know we talked a lot of smack on the show and all, but I just wanted to say thanks for everything. I gotta listen to it again. Ebb and Flow is my favorite song in the Splatoon series. and this is probably one of my favorite versions I've ever heard of it. So let's listen to it one more time.